best friend came over and did all the aging for me.
Right.
My husband and the gentleman friend of his that used to make the furniture for us did the countertops. My husband built in the pantry here for me.
Wow.
And I just love the coloring. I love the wood. This is done with the Benjamin Moore pumpkin paint.
Okay.
And then all aged.
Yeah.
I think I will probably have pumpkin in one room in my house as long as I live.
Wow.
I absolutely love the color, and I never tire of it. And I've learned through the years that there's different color accent pieces that look beautiful. I started incorporating shades of early blue. And about 3 or 4 years ago, you started seeing a lot of the very early original blue pieces coming back out into the antique shops and back out on the market, as well as in reproductions. That color with pumpkin is beautiful. I remember about 5 years ago, I had blue pumpkins made for the shop for fall. Had them all aged in grunge, and girls said to me, "You did blue pumpkins?" I said, wait a minute. And I took blue pumpkins, brought them in a bowl on the counter with orange, and they went, oh my gosh. I have been selling blue pumpkins like crazy for 4 or 5 years. The blue with the oranges in the fall is breathtaking, but all year round. So I have done over the years accents of early blue pieces in here. I've done, this is one of the early blue pieces right here, just to incorporate that shade. And it's just another piece, because it's the kitchen, you'll see the gingerbread men everywhere, which is just it's not Christmas for me without gingerbread men. So I can incorporate all that in here, but just the color itself is just very warm and very soothing. It's just one of my favorite colors out of the historic line, and the fact that my girlfriend aged all these cupboards just gave it an entirely different look. And when Rich made these cupboard doors, he wanted them to be very time period, very old-fashioned, just flush.
Right.
So that's exactly the way he designed them. And then he's got the magnets on the inside, so it just opens up and then closes with the magnet.
Oh, that's so clever.
And it's perfect. It's just that simple Sturbridge Village kind of look.
It's wonderful.
Thank you.
Oh. And of course, we're not that far from Sturbridge Village.
No, not at all. 15 minutes away.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, very, very close.
Oh.
And again, you see my gingerbread men, they will be tucked all over. They're all handmade by numbers of artisans I've collected over the years. Girls come in every year at the holidays to buy gingerbread men from my shop because they know that somehow I'm going to find them. And I don't know how I do it and how somebody can change out a gingerbread man, but boy, they do it.
I have to tell you that Cousin Mel, you know, she came in for the first time last month, and she's been here, what, 3 times since or
Yes,
2
she
times
has.
since? Yes, and she said, this is my new favorite store.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Cousin Mel was a celebrity that day she was in. So many gals said, oh my gosh, I've seen you on YouTube. I said, see, aren't you glad you came in now? And I think she got a little embarrassed, but she said, no, it's kind of fun.
Yeah,
She's a sweetheart.
yes, she is.
I so enjoyed meeting her.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Yeah. Oh, the gingerbread men everywhere.
I love gingerbread men, and it doesn't matter whether they're plain or they have just a little bit of embellishment. Not too much, because I want to keep everything primitive, but just the look of it. This is a new piece that I had made this year, the old prairie cake. And it came to me decorated with the little gingerbread man on top, the little bit of greenery and the little flower on it. And I just love it. It's just so simple, so old-fashioned, but it still gives me the chance to put the gingerbread man and work that in with it as well.
Oh.
And I've tucked a lot of early pieces out here. I've tucked antique pieces out here. As you see, baskets, iron pieces, but it can all blend in. It just depends on what you like in your home and what you have and what your taste is.
So did you guys put these beams up here?
No, these are original to the house. This one is original, the one that goes across the dining room and the one that's in our living room are original to the house. I absolutely love those.
And they were exposed like this?
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
it's amazing.
The color, the patina, everything on them is just gorgeous.
It's amazing.
Yep.
Oh, and this is so, and of course it's a fake,
It is
stove.
fake, yeah. When I first bought the house and I saw the hearth here, I said, oh my gosh, I'm gonna put a wood burning stove here. Until I had the fire marshal in, and the fire marshal said, you're not going to do that because it would be an illegal hookup. The previous owner had one here, and he said that I'm lucky the house didn't burn to the ground. It was an illegal hookup. So a good friend of mine who used to be a tinsmith in Sturbridge for years
Yeah.
gave me this as a gift.
Oh.
And it was all rusted, but I didn't care. It was out in the yard, and I scraped it, and I scrubbed it, and I scraped it again, and then painted it all black. And it's perfect for what I wanted, because before I had this gifted to me, I tried every piece of old furniture I could think of on the hearth. Nothing looks good on a hearth. A hearth is made for some type of a stove.
Right.
And nothing worked. So when I got this was absolutely perfect. And I just put the logs in. And it's funny because when we have the house tours, people will stop and they'll rub their hands in front of them. You just get that little bit of warmth off of here, don't you? And well, just to point out, I say, not much, but okay.
The power of the mind.
They've got the feeling that they're just getting this little bit of warmth. And I know there are logs out there that give the warmth. This is not one of them.
Right.
But I think it's so sweet that they just go by and they say, oh, just get that little bit of warmth.
Wow.
And if that's what they enjoy, then good.
Then good.
Then good, exactly.
Yeah.
This is a room that my husband decided to turn into the dining room. And it's perfect. It flows next to the kitchen. There's a little more room here than what we had in the original dining room. And I'm just so comfortable here all the time. The chair I took from the living room where I had it for years, and I just wanted a little softer look with the dining room table and the dining room chairs. And it also gives just that extra place for someone to sit when you have friends over for dinner or for coffee.
Yes.
And I like the look
Yes.
as opposed to just regular chairs around a table. I think that really looks nice with it.
I think it does.
Again, someplace I can hang something and layer something, so there's my little hanger.
There it is.
My wreath hanger, my candle basket on it.
There it is. So, tell me about the table.
Well, the table was made with wood from, now probably about 150, 160 years old, from an old barn. The top is old, the bottom is new, made to look old. It's got a long linen drawer in the bottom, which I do keep linens in, until I realized that the mice could get in there, so now I don't keep anything in it. But underneath, I changed that out underneath too. I try to keep it very plain because you don't see it unless you walk right into the room.
Right.
So I don't put a lot under there. Sometimes I put greens under there with a small candle at Christmas. Again, it's a place that I decorate. Very different depending on, what time of year it is and what I decide to do with it.
Oh,
This piece, this candelabra, I love. We went one year out to the Simple Good Show in Ohio, which for anyone that's never been, you must go to that show. It's phenomenal. Well, we went out 3 or 4 days before the show to tour the whole area. One of the tours we went was to Jenny Curry Antiques.
Okay.
And that was one of my purchases from Jenny Curry Antiques. She is sweet as apple pie. She's such a doll. Her shop and her home is just breathtaking.
Wow.
But that was one of my buys out there, a buy of the century.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
And I love it. And what my husband did, well, I put the candles in, the thing was always toppling like this, so he put BBs in here and positioned the BBs in such a point that it levels it, but you don't know they're up there.
He is so clever.
I said, well,
His brain works like that, doesn't
all this
it?
little odd things and odd things he comes up with it.
Yes.
I wouldn't think of. I'm sitting there trying to figure what am I going to do with this because it's hanging in all directions
Right.
no matter what you did. And as soon as he puts the babies in all around,
Yeah.
it's perfect.
That's
And we
amazing.
took the candles and burnt the candles a little bit because I wanted the look like it's actually a chandelier that has been used and you burnt the candles in it. So I achieved it that way and I just love the piece and just hung it on a very old meat hook. Again, in the original, one of the original beams to the home. And I love the piece. This is like a focal point in the dining room.
Yes. Yes. It
And
truly
it's
is.
beautiful plain, but there have been years I put little wreaths
Okay.
on each one of the candle holders, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
pretty.
Yeah.
I've done garlands draping over it 1 year. So again, it's just, your taste and your designs and what you want to do in your home.
Wow.
Hopefully, as everyone sees this tour, they'll come up with some ideas for their home that maybe not have the same things that I do, but you don't have to have the same things. If you have something similar, or even something totally different, but you know it's going to achieve the same look, just go for it and have a good time with it. Sometimes I always say it's that second set of eyes.
Yes. Yes. The other thing I've been telling people lately is take a picture of what you do and look at it, and you'll see it totally different. And you can change it then, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because in your eye, it'll look good, and then you take a picture and you go, oh, there's too much in here,
Exactly,
yep.
yeah. And this is a prize piece. This is a corn husker that my brother gave me. He, for many years, beautiful old Victorian home in the historic section of Durham, Connecticut, which he sold a little over a year ago and has since downsized. But he had this piece in his garage. And they had beautiful antiques sprinkled throughout their home, but their taste in antiques was different than mine, and he knew just where that would go. It weighs a ton. Rich and I got it in here.
And it doesn't move, huh?
And again, it's the blue.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that actually started me putting the blue in this room, because I knew that had to go in the dining room. And then just the minute I saw the blue up against the pumpkin, I went, oh boy, I'm off and running now.
Yeah.
And I've been looking for the old blue pieces, and the blue of the pumpkin is gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
It's beautiful,
It is.
and it's a piece that's not too big, not too small. The breadboard behind it is a piece that my husband got for me on an auction. I think he spent $15 on it.
No way.
Yes, it's huge. We would like to have it made into a table. He's going to bring it up to his workshop. He said it's got a little warping in it, but he said if he brings it into his workshop, and I think he said, if I'm not mistaken, he's going to wet it and then do work with clamping to get that little, groove out of it, and then it can be used to make a sawbuck table.
Wow.
But in the meantime, it's perfect back there because it fills in that empty void in the corner. I can hang the linen over, and I've got the blue and the pumpkin and the linen, so I can tie it all in.
Yep, it's amazing. It's amazing.
I love it.
I love it. The tree is so cute.
Well, the tree is decorated entirely different this year. Every year, that tree has a different theme, and until I get into the season, I don't know what the theme is going to be. This year, I found a gal on Facebook who hand makes the redware ornaments, and because I have the redware in the dining room as well, I ordered those from her, and from another gal, I ordered the orange laces. And I ordered them because they were so different. She did a small slice on a larger slice, and then the star anise in the center. So it wasn't just your hanging orange slice.
Right.
It gave it a whole different look, and I just love it that way.
Yeah.
Next year, I don't know what the theme will be. Every year that tree, it's a nice size to work with. It always has the white lights, but it always has a different theme to it every single year.
Wow.
I'm kind of already leaning next year towards maybe doing that with small bell snipples.
Oh, that would be so cute.
I thought it'd be something different, and it's something I haven't done all my years of decorating.
Right.
I've never done a tree with just bell snipples on them.
Well, that would be very interesting.
Tune in December 2023. Who knows what you're going to see?
That's right. Next year when we come to Karen's, if she'll have us back.
That's right. My theme tree will be different again.
Wow.
But they're fun doing too, because you get ideas during the year, you look at it, and you say, gee, that would be perfect for that tree. And that's exactly how that one fell into place.
Oh.
And everything on there fits in beautifully with this room, because I have more of my redware here. I have more redware that I set up behind the wood stove.
Yep.
So it really blends in beautifully. And that's another piece my husband made for me. And I gave it to my girlfriend. My best friend does a lot of painting for me of tin, iron, and wood. She mixes her own colors. She has painting techniques, so when she's done, things look so time period.
Wow.
They're awesome. So I brought her that piece, and I said, Lynn, I need you to make this really primitive for me.
Yeah.
And that's what she came out with. She hung the linen on the bottom for me. we brought it home, and that's where it's been ever since.
It's perfect.
Isn't it? It's a nice piece. I have a lot of things in there.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've taken some of those things out because I've moved them around. You know, you can just do so much with it.
You can.
Yep.
You can.
Exactly.
Wow. So we're coming, the Crocs, the gingerbread man, everything.
This is another piece from the tannery.
Wow.
That cupboard. I really did well with the pieces I
Yes,
got
you
there.
did.
They're so unique.
Yeah.
Each one is so different, and I'll just have them forever. I absolutely love them.
They're beautiful.
And this piece my husband gave me many years ago for Valentine's Day.
Aw.
Again, he made this with a gentleman that used to make our furniture from Ethan Allen.
Wow.
And it's a drop-down desk,
Oh, wow.
and it's such a unique piece. It's something that I haven't seen in the market.
Yeah.
Even when I was going to the shows and seeing reproduction pieces, I didn't see anything like it.
No.
And it's another piece. I can do a lot with it or make it very simple. And it's been in different rooms, different sides of this dining room, and it looks nice. But I absolutely love the piece and the way it was all designed and aged.
I love
It's a
it.
pretty cool piece.
It really is. And then we come into your bathroom, which
This
is
the
always a
bathroom and the
favorite.
laundry room.
Yes.
I have to have every room primitive, and at
Yeah.
Christmas, every room has to have decorations in it. So I just made sure here that it was the Santa's long johns and the stockings and anything that I felt could tie into a laundry room, I set up in this room. That old wooden box, my husband worked for 40 years for the old Norton Company in Worcester,
Uh-huh.
and that's one of their old shipping crates.
Wow.
And an antique dealer knew he worked for Norton for many years, and she came across that crate and brought it over to see if we would like it. And I said, "Are you kidding? I know just where it's going."
Wow.
And it's perfect in here because I can do a lot with it.
Yes.
Just being a floor piece, but it's not in anybody's way.
Right.
And
Right.
behind these walls, there's actually a bathtub and a shower there.
Yeah.
When I bought the house in 1995, I thought the last thing I'm doing is messing with plumbing in an 1800 home.
Mm-hmm.
Because if the plumbing goes upstairs, I'm stuck. I needed this. Well, here we are. The first thing that we did was put up these walls to hide that, because that was your typical 50s avocado green. And I
Yeah.
went, oh my God, I'm not looking at that. Hide this. So those are old doors that were put up on it.
Wow.
They've been there ever since. It's a great backdrop for me for decorating.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't touched the plumbing. It all works beautifully.
Okay.
I open the doors periodically, scrub the tub down, close the doors again, put my decorations back up.
So if you needed to use it, you could.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And I just didn't want to mess with plumbing in an old house.
No, that would be very bad.
Exactly.
Yes.
And especially when you first bought it and moved in, you don't know what you're looking at.
You don't know what you're looking
You know, it's
at.
one of those, the old adage, if it's not broke, don't fix
That's
it.
right. That's right.
That's exactly what my thinking was. But this gives it the little primitive touches, but yet laundry room primitive.
Mm-hmm. Great. Well, Karen, we have just gone through your whole downstairs of your house.
Yes, you have.
And it's been amazing. Thank you.
You are so welcome.
And I am going to go through and do a music video to it. And I would love to go over to the store with you and have you talk a little bit about your store.
Sure.
Can you do that?
Absolutely.
Good. Okay. Well,
All right.
thank
well,
you.
thank you everyone for joining us. Have a Merry Christmas, and I hope you get some great decorating ideas for your own home.
Oh, I'm sure they have.
Oh, I hope so. Merry Christmas,
Merry
everyone.
Christmas.
Take care. Bye.